So today's video is a kind of summary of what I propose. I propose longevity diet, and it is different from strict carnivore diet. It is different from so-called reversed food pyramid, and so let's go. And again, even if I tried to make it summary and to make it shorter, it is yet so big. And just to give you an impression how much work is under this research, the number of references is more than 60. It's only for this, and the real number of the sources of information, which I used always scientific publications, not opinion of other people or something other sources, that it is hundreds. It is hundreds. So I did a lot of work. Okay, so so I did this research mostly for myself, because I understand very well that trying to make people healthy is dangerous. It's dangerous. It is against all the medical care and industry and pharmaceutical industry. And so I stopped using general practitioners. I stopped using some medical professionals help already 26 years ago, and since then I am much better in health, much better. So I did some few mistakes in my life, even when I stopped using the medical care. Yet I was a little bit zombified by that's what we got from my childhood, for example, and but now it is getting better and better. I mean, it's, for example, today. I was talking in my previous videos that my estimated biological age of my cardiovascular system was increased after vaccination with tetanus virus and against the tetanus virus, and it went from about 40-45, it went to range 55-60. And I was in panic and I was depressed, but now it is recovering. Today I measured the blood pressure, and it is like systolic blood pressure was 94, diastolic blood pressure was 56, so it is pulse pressure 38. It is already below 40. It is better, but not as good as it was before. Before it was range 34, 36. But in the resting heart rate today 53, it is not bad. So I'm recovering. It is much this improvement much because I use these advanced enzymes from B-Shilajit, and I was talking about this much. But again, rejuvenation. The good news that rejuvenation is possible. Is possible. Okay. So I have to work more to get the parameters which I had in my age of 18, and it was systolic blood pressure was 100, about 100, and the diastolic blood pressure was in range 70-75. So, and the resting heartbeat rate was below 40. I was quite strong that time. Yeah, I was swimming, and despite I was at some best university of Soviet Union, and I worked a lot to in the studies, then nevertheless, I was swimming regularly, and then I was in good health. Okay, guys, again, I will not read this text. Please download the presentation and read the text yourself, because it is very, very long presentation. I don't want to read it. I just want to maybe mention a few slides and go to some conclusions. Well, but again, I am talking about differences between longevity diet, which I propose, and the carnivore diet in version of like strict carnivore diet, or this like a little bit diet which was proposed recently, this inverted food pyramid. Well, okay, so you can read it. So what is the key point in my longevity diet? That I try to short gut transit time, and I try to improve this health of my gut and my also the epithelium layer in the colon and in all gut, and also I try to improve health of my blood vessels and lymph vessels. This works, again it works, but slowly, okay? Slowly. So again, I will not read it, but again, just to put attention that I believe that butyrate, the butyric acid, is very, very important for health of our gut, epithelium layer in the colon and in gut also, but also for the brain. It is a consumption of butter. Butter is the best source of butyrate, but also consuming so-called resistant starch or mushrooms also help a lot. So you can use it, and I use it. With resistant starch, there is some problem, little bit problem that like raw potato starch has only 65% of the resistant starch. The rest can be digested and get converted in the small intestine to glucose, and glucose will go to your blood. So, and this spike of, it is not spike, but increased amount of glucose may, in some people may create some fat in adipose tissue. So, but again, be careful about this. Normally, I recommend up to 100 grams of this raw potato starch, or I use raw cassava starch, tapioca starch, but be careful because it again some part of it is get converted to glucose. To reduce this conversion to glucose, mega doses of ascorbic acid are recommended. Ascorbic acid blocks the enzymes, which digestive enzymes in the small intestine. So it is helping, but yet again, be careful. If you have too much bloating in your gut and your body is not yet adapted to follow this, my purpose, go slowly. Change your diet slowly. Okay, this is important. Okay, so and butyrate, as I said, is very important for the brain health. What else? I was talking that glutamate is very important amino acid, not glutamine, which medical professionals recommend as supplement, but the glutamate. Glutamate can be used as monosodium glutamate, and I do it. And again, it is very, very beneficial because it can be used as food source for epithelium cells in the colon, and also it is in the small intestine. Also, it is supporting gut barrier integrity, and it is also other amino acids can be produced from these amino acids. It's like glutathione, arginine, and proline. So all your circulation of blood will be improved with glutamate. Glutamate is absolutely important. So what I do, I replace all table salt with monosodium glutamate. And why I do it, again, it's not just theoretical. And it is known that people in Hong Kong, Chinese people in Hong Kong, they consume a lot of pork. They actually, I was in Hong Kong, and they don't have any land to grow vegetables, and they eat rice. Yes, they eat rice, some amount of rice, but also a lot of meat, very fatty meat, very fatty pork. And then, because they use monosodium glutamate, in estimation it is like 5-7 grams per day per person, but maybe more. Some people take more. It's up to 25 grams. It's no problem at all. I use maybe more, maybe 15 grams, maybe 20 grams of monosodium glutamate today. And because of this beneficial role of the monosodium glutamate, they live on average 85.8 years, which is quite a lot. Compare it with longevity of Maasai people on strict carnivore diet. It's only 55-60 years. And people in Mongolia also on strict carnivore diet, they have longevity 72 years only. So I will be in a month not about 69 years old, and I'm quite well. I'm quite well. So as I said, my biological age of my cardiovascular system is improved. Maybe it is now about 45 years. And I try to improve it further, to rejuvenate it further. But again, you see, the World Health Organization, it is limiting consumption of monosodium glutamate to 8 grams, but again, consumption of 25 grams per day, no problem at all. American Heart Association, even more consuming is like 5 grams maximum. It is wrong. It is even they say it's better remove it. It's all recommendation of the medical professionals and professional dietitians are wrong. Recent change to these proposals of the Make America Healthy Again is quite good, I believe quite good, but it is just some compromise between what was recommended before to eat some fruits and vegetables and to also consume protein from meat. But again, I am against the using all plant-based food. Starch is of course it is from tubers, but yet starch is clean, it is washed out, it has no toxins, in difference from fruits and vegetables. Okay, so it's again up to 45 grams, no problem at all. And also I recommend beef liver, and I recommend cooking with sauce vide technique. And so it is again, taurine is very much recommended. I take maybe 10 grams taurine per day, and but also cysteine, and it's also recommended to because it is necessary to keep the healthy the epithelium in guts and endothelium in blood vessels and lymph vessels. Okay, DHEA, in principle, it is working. In principle, it works. I used it when I was on ketogenic diet. Now I don't see any benefits, and so I stopped using it. But I think it, especially if you are in the beginning or to change this longevity diet, it may help. It may help because normally, if you are healthy, this DHA and also all your sex hormones are produced from animal fat, from cholesterol in animal fat. So I don't see any necessity to use DHA as supplement, but not bad. It is actually can help. What is very important for me, it is I follow Dr. Linus Pauling, and he's Nobel Prize winner twice, and he is absolutely genius chemist and also absolutely genius physicist. So so he advocated high doses, mega doses of vitamin C. It's up to 8. He personally consumed 18 grams. Even more, no problem. And also lysine 6 grams daily, but I changed it from not only lysine, but other essential amino acids again. But stay away from glucose, because he was not perfect in his diet, because he was trusting medical professionals, and he was on vegetarian diet. And it is, so he lived only 93 years, and again, it was his mistake, big mistake. Never trust medical professionals. Okay, it is my opinion. It is, you can follow medical professionals. I have no problem with it. But again, it depends on what you want. I want to live a few hundred years, maybe 1,000 years, maybe forever in my body, and maybe my body will be modified somehow. But let's see. Because it goes very well. So some some also antibiotics also can help to improve your health. But okay, and remove senescent cells, and also it is important. So it's also I did it, and it helps. So these senescent cells which accumulate in your body, they have to be removed somehow. And okay, berberine, fisetin, standard supplements, not bad, not bad, not bad. So recommended, of course. So, but stay away from vegetable oils. Not only because they are full of polyunsaturated fatty acids, and these polyunsaturated fatty acids are very easy to get oxidized, but they have also phytosterols. All plants have phytosterols, but vegetable oils, it's high concentration, up to about 5% of vegetable oil has, the amount of phytosterols up to 5% in vegetables. Even so-called healthy vegetable oils like olive oil and avocado oil are not healthy. Remember, they are not healthy. They have phytosterols. Phytosterols, they make devastating impact on your health. Stay away. Olive oil has up to 2% of phytosterols. Phytosterols, they damage your health. Okay, the other even more. Okay, then again, polyunsaturated fatty acids, they are cause of atherosclerosis, hypertension, thrombosis. What to do with it? The medical professionals say it is not curable, but also lipofuscin. Lipofuscin you can see on your skin as age spots, but also it is this product accumulates inside your organs. Also, how to remove it, again, the medical professionals have no idea. And what I propose and what I use, and it works. I follow ideas of Dr. Aubrey de Grey. He, in 2002, 2005, 2007, in his publications, he proposed to use this enhanced microbial enzymes and microbial and fungal enzymes, and he called it xenoenzymes or xenoenzymes. Okay, they are capable of degrading accumulated waste, but there was no progress in it. He made this idea, but how to do it, how to produce this xenoenzymes, this was nice idea. I appreciate it. So I was following this idea, and I started production of this xenoenzymes in 2018. I have videos on it, and it works. It works. You see that even it works especially to remove these plugs and plugs in arterioles and improve your blood circulation. So it works. So again, I started, and what is interesting, this product, which I call B-Shivajit, it contains microbial enzymes. It is remove so-called age spots in my skin, on my skin, but I cannot see it, but I hope it is removing lipofuscin also in organs. So it is good way to rejuvenate your body. So what was my big problem, that I prepared and invested a lot of my savings into larger production of this B-Shivajit, but failed because of COVID, because of war in Ukraine, and because my personal problems. So I lost my life savings. I produce it. I have yet apiary with Asian honeybees, but not as many honeybees as I used before. Before I used to have 40 bee colonies. Now it is 8, and again, I don't know. It's again, I produce this bee Shivajit for myself, and maybe for a few more friends, but my idea to produce it industrially, and I was trying to get this raw materials. This is honeycombs from Ukraine, because I trust Ukraine. They are relatively not polluted. Instead of buying in China, I don't know, it is full of chemicals. So I don't use any chemicals inside my beehives. So it is relatively clean, and it works. It works. But again, I failed to get money and to get funds to start production, to start clinical trials. In preclinical trials for myself and for few participants of my project, it worked very well. So I told you that my blood pressure is quite good now, and it is improving on time, over time. So I hope it is good. It is good, but next I will also talk about this. Okay, so. Okay, again, I consider aging is the course of aging is different from what these other people propose. There are many theories of aging. I believe that the key mechanism of aging is related to progressive stiffening of the extracellular matrix. Extracellular matrix is some frame which keeps our organ shape of our organs and together with bones of our body. And what is happening that stiffening of extracellular matrix because of destruction of elastin fibers and the replacement of elastin fibers with collagen, accumulation also cross links between collagen fibers and sugars with collagen, and this is glycation, so-called glycation reaction. This makes skin and other organs not elastic, and because of this, our immune system cannot sustain our body. It is that stiffening of extracellular matrix prevents migration of immune stem cells, which is necessary for homeostasis and maintenance of the tissues, and this also stiffening induces cell senescence and eventually fibrosis. Okay, so glycine, and okay, so I have some ideas what to do, how to improve it, but atherosclerosis is the main cause of death in America, and I'm just surprised. So I try to get funds, get support for clinical trials, and then eventually we can produce this remedy in large amounts for people, so people who can live longer. But all the medical industry, all the banking industry, and everything, people are not, these people with money, financial elite, they are not interested that you will live longer. This again, I have some experience that I was actually suppressed. My opinion was suppressed in media, and I keep my channel for myself, mostly for myself. I believe, okay, this is dangerous practice. I do it for myself. I want to live long. I want to live up to 1,000 years. This is not easy, but it just was from scientific viewpoint, this would be an achievement. But okay, what we see is a degradation of the Western civilization, and it's collapsing. Everything collapsing. We are living in the times of apocalyptic times. Okay, some plants can be useful, like dill seeds. They may help, so I'm not completely against plants, some garlic and lemon juice and dill seeds and cloves, they can help, and other traditional Chinese medicine can help also. Well, so okay, so what else you can is some rich people, wealthy people, they buy genetic measurements of their biological age with this methylation clock, so-called methylation. It is so wrong. The uncertainty in these measurements is about 25-30 years. This is why sometimes people like artificially, it is cheating. It is actually not honest to use these methods together with some expensive supplements, expensive treatments. So I propose to use pulse pressure and resting heart rate, and together with also with your lung. Okay, we'll talk about this, about function of your lungs. Okay, so again, I did this this text a little bit before, so it's again, I was, a week before it was, pulse pressure was 42, 43, it's not bad, but now it is, I checked today, 38, pulse pressure 38, it is good. And resting heart rate now 53, again, not as good as I want to have close to 40 beats per minute. And but okay, what else? Vital lung capacity, it is maximum of air what you can expel from the lungs after maximum inhalation. It is very, very convenient, very and relatively cheap way to estimate elasticity of your lungs, but not only elasticity of your lungs, it is also loss of elasticity in your respiratory muscles and reduced chest mobility, because again it is not elastic. Your bone joints are not working quite well as it used to be in young age. So I recommend this measurements of vital lung capacity, and I did it. Recently I ordered some device. It was not available, now it is available. Let's see how it will work. But I was measuring just simple method without any electronics. So, and it was 5.3 liters compared to what I used to have in young age. It is 6.2 liters, and now it is less, but it is even yet it is better than average vital lung capacity of people of my body status, of my height in composition, and normally it is 3.6. I have 5.3 liters, so it is not bad for my age. But again, but what this I recommend spirometry, using spirometry. Let's see, I will make some video on it when I will get this device, hopefully this week. And but again, it is so cheap. Instead of paying some hundreds and thousands American dollars for genetic estimation of this methylation clock, which is not certain, which is just a way to make money. It is disgusting. As a scientist, I just believe that it's absolutely dishonest. Okay, so again, what is the base of my ideas? I try to follow nature, and I see, I try to see some evidence that we can live much longer. And indeed, queens of social insects live 100 up to 100 times longer than average lifespan on solitary insects, and 10-50 times longer than working insects in the colonies. It is especially like honeybees. And the queen of some ants, and you can see, you can check what they consume. This for queen bees, it is royal jelly, and the composition of royal jelly is available. You see that it is not plant-based. It is like milk. It is like special secrets or secreted by working bees, and it is absolutely pure of some toxins. And queens of some ants, they consume hemolymph, and hemolymph of larvae is rich with amino acids and water-soluble proteins. Again, this is some idea what we can do, how we can change our diet to live longer. Okay, so make more rats if you're not happy with insects. Okay, we can go to naked mole rats and the blind mole rats. They live also exceptionally long, 15-20 times longer than rats and mice. Rats and mice consume a lot of grains and plants. Naked mole rats consume raw starch from some tubers, and they rely on fermentation of this raw starch, and fermentation produces short-chain fatty acids and bacterial protein, and this short-chain fatty acids and bacterial protein is used as nutrients. What is interesting then, in young age, up to 6 years old, the naked mole rats, they are aging. They're aging because they mostly deliver to the colony these tubers as pieces. But then in older age, the other older members of the colony, they consume feces. They consume feces from these young mole rats. And feces, they are already all this starch that can be digested, also already removed, so they rely on short-chain fatty acids and bacterial protein as nutrients completely. And then from this age, they stop aging. They not only aging, they are rejuvenating. So it is, you see how it is important to limit carbohydrates in your diet, and if you're not happy with resistant starch and with megadoses of ascorbic acid, you can use mushrooms. Mushrooms are not chitin, and mushrooms work as also as prebiotics, so it is good. Also, bowhead whales, they live more than 200 years for sure. It is documented. And they consume zooplankton, which is a high source of high-quality protein, lipids, minerals, and chitin. So, and they also have, despite their huge size, the transit time for food in these whales is 15 hours only. So this is what you have to, you can estimate transit time for food in yourself, and I estimated like between 14 and maybe 16 hours, and so I shortened the gut transit time with megadoses of ascorbic acid. It works as a laxative. Also, you can use also the this starch works so that it is fermentation produces some acidic environment and shortened the gut transit time. So it is not bad. Okay, so what I propose, what is important? The longevity diet, what I propose, is imitation of what long-living animals consume. It is animals including insects. So it is what I propose for mammals and for us. Red meat and organ meat, yes, you can do it, but better it has to be cooked with the sauce with the technique to improve digestibility of connective tissues in meat. And also you can add water-soluble proteins like whey protein, 100 grams of whey protein a day, no problem. And also you can buy, and it is cheap, in Thailand it is very cheap, essential amino acids. So it is like you try to use the same diet what is in microbats, and also this ants, queens of some ants. So it is like hemolymph, yeah, so it's again. But what is important, you have to keep your health of your gut epithelium and the health of endothelium of blood and lymph vessels. And the way to measure health is blood pressure and also your endurance. And I see that it is improving. And if you are in older age, these enzymes can work. And I believe that I was trying to go further to produce enzymes that they can break this glycation end products. But again, failed because of no funds and change of my life. So all my savings, life savings, what I invested in it, are gone. unfortunately. So I can start this project maybe for myself, maybe in next years, but let's see. Well, sodium glutamate seems to be easy, cheap, and nice. It is improving the taste of food. I feed 5 dogs also, and feed with chicken, and this I use sodium glutamate and potassium chloride instead of table salt, and they absolutely love it. You have to see how they eat. They are so happy to eat meat, and even this chicken meat, and with sodium glutamate. Sodium glutamate, it is glutamate, not glutamine, but glutamate is very important amino acid, which is somehow medical professionals recommend to limit. It is wrong. Sodium glutamate up to 25 grams per day, no problem at all, only healthy. Okay, what else? Again, I claim that removing these products of reaction of oxidized puffer with proteins is already resolved with BIC, but I cannot produce more, and I cannot again arrange clinical trials to show that it works for most or for all older people. So I don't have money for this. And also detoxification of your adipose tissue can be improved with nicotinic acid. This is already the fact, because the Church of Scientology is using this detoxing procedures. So I just, well, whatever I think about this Scientology religion, it is something, I don't know, I don't support it, but the detoxing procedure, what they propose, is good. The only that they propose to use vegetable oils to increase production of bile acids, and with bile acids to detox your body through your feces. But instead of bile acid, or instead of, vegetable oils, just consume butter, and it will work. Butter and sauna and nicotinic acid. I take nicotinic acid in the just before going to bed, before sleeping, and I fall asleep almost instantly. 5 minutes, I am already done. So it works for 3-4 hours. It is suppressing first ketosis, suppressing ketosis, but then ketosis gets up much, and then the rest of the night is detoxing of my body. Well, okay, so removal calcium oxalate, it is already people recommended, so you can watch some old videos on it. It takes time, years, but if you're in ketosis, it maybe go quicker. And again, use spirometry and monitor of your blood pressure and resting heartbeat rate. Okay, you see just again how many, you can make your own research. You can go to these references, and you see you have 67 references to scientific publications to prove that I am right. Again, if you try to do this research with artificial intelligence, it will not work. So I will demonstrate it in my next videos. Even if you use Gemini may be the best chatbot which you can use, and it is promoted by Google. It is not bad, but even if you rely on this Gemini chatbot, it is full of shit. So artificial intelligence will never replace humans. Humans, especially humans with experience to work in science, cannot be replaced. Okay, so this makes me optimistic. Okay, so again, I'm not a medical professional, as I always say. I am PhD. I have PhD in physics and mathematics. At least I can think. I try to work in some industrial applications and some engineering, and I have quite a number of confirmed patents and scientific publications. But I failed. But also in 2014, when Germany decided to invite many migrants from Muslim countries, they cut